Welcome back to the channel. This is Gillis TV here today, folks. And Sunday's winter meetings, everything gets crazy around this time of the year in the off season for the MLB. And if you enjoy anything MLB news, trades, signings, rumors, anything, game live streams even, make sure to hit that subscribe button as we are trying to get 5,000 subs by the end of the year. Thank you guys for all your support if you've been to the channel. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's get into it. We did a video probably a week ago, stating the Seattle Mariners are in on a second baseman. They need to either sign, trade, do something to fill that hole because there's no way Crawford's moving to second base. Well, folks, the Mariners just did that as the Mariners have acquired Kolten Wong from the Milwaukee Brewers. So TSN right now is just saying the Seattle Mariners and Milwaukee Brewers are in an agreement on a trade that will send second baseman Kolten Wong to Seattle in exchange for outfielder Jesse Winker and Canadian utility man Abraham Toro per Athletics Ken Rosenthal. This is huge news for the Seattle Mariners, who just traded Eric Swanson to upgrade their outfield and Teoscar Hernandez. They got rid of Kyle Lewis to upgrade another spot. Now they're getting rid of Jesse Winker to upgrade the much needed spot this team needed to address this offseason, second base with Kolten Wong. And Kolten Wong brings a little bit of everything. Yes, he's not the high-end second baseman that maybe fans wanted, but this is sure an upgrade to what they have, and it's just the little things they do to make sense. So let's just see if we can go to MLB, see if TSN's updated this yet. And no, they have not. So, you know what? This is a good trade from the Seattle Mariners side. And if you're the Brewers, you're getting a pretty good outfielder in Jesse Winker. And it's one of those trades that it was bound to happen in a sense that we all knew Kolten Wong was set to be acquired by a team needing a second base. And here, I got a better article. The Mariners and Brewers have agreed to a trade that will send second baseman Kolten Wong from Milwaukee to Seattle in exchange for outfielder Jesse Winker and infielder Abraham Toro. Reports by Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic. ESPN's Jeff Passan adds the Brewers are sending about $1.75 million in cash to the Mariners, which effectively makes this a cash-neutral swap. John Heyman of the New York Post had reported shortly beforehand that the M's and Brewers were discussing both the Wong and Winker in trade talks. The 32-year-old Wong is owed a $10 million salary after the Brewers exercised the club option on him following the season. He'll be a free agent next year. Winkler, meanwhile, is owed $8.25 million in 2023 after inking a 2-year deal covering his final arbitration seasons. Last year, like Wong, he ticketed for free agency next winter. Toro, on the other hand, is not yet arbitration eligible and can be controlled for another 4 seasons. Wong was a natural target for the Mariners given their lack of an obvious starter at second base and their desire to add some balance to a lineup that skews a right-handed heavy lineup. He'll give the M's steady presence, quite possibly atop of the lineup, on the heels of the 2 best offensive seasons of his career. During his 2 years as a Brewer, Wong slashed a combined .262 with 29 home runs, 56 doubles, and 6 triples with 29 stolen bases. With the Brewers, Wong seemingly made a concerted effort to begin elevating the ball with more frequency. His ground ball rate, which had sat around 47% in St. Louis, dropped to a career low 41.8 this past season. And Wong made noticeable gains in both his line drive rate and especially his fly ball rate as a member of the Brewers. As one would expect, the increased numbers of the balls in the air also increased Wong's power output. His .177 ISO, slugging percentage minus batting average, is in 2 years with the Brewers was substantially higher than the .123 mark he carried in parts of 8 seasons with the Cardinals. On the defensive side of the game, however, the 2022 season was a bizarre and borderline nightmarish one for Wong. Typically one of the best games defenders at his position, Wong made a stunning 17 errors more than he totaled in 3 prior seasons combined. When his option was picked, Wong told the Milwaukee Journal Centennial Todd Rosiak that his legs weren't fully healthy in 2022, which he felt contributed to surprising defensive shortcomings. Wong missed time in June with a calf strain that sent him to the injured list, and it's certainly plausible that his legs cost him some of his typical defensive excellence. So for Wong, this is just, hopefully his legs better, and it said it perfectly. The Mariners needed to go out and get a second base. Wong is really good defensively. He had an off year last year. He is fast. He could steal bases. He does everything, and I could see him being one of the top 2 hitters for the Mariners lineup, 1 or 2. That's how good he is. Now we'll look at Wong's numbers last season. He had 430 at bats, 251 home runs, 251 average, 15 home runs, 47 RBIs, and 17 stolen bases. For his career, he has 3,572 at bats with a 261 average, 82 home runs, 378 RBIs, and 117 stolen bases. So Wong is that guy that can get in the scoring position, let the big hitters in Teoscar Hernandez, Julio Rodriguez, those guys get him home, and that is what the top of the order needs for the Mariners. Now, going the other way, if you're a Brewers fan, Jesse Winker, he had a buck 67 average in the postseason and 6 at bats with no home runs, no RBIs. In the regular season, in 456 at bats, he had a 219 average, 14 home runs, 53 RBIs. Good bottom of the line hitter, really defensive. He doesn't steal bases like Wong does, but it will help the outfielders in Milwaukee for sure. But you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think about this trade, and I'll catch you on the next one.